Shalom, 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 Israel. First off, giving all honor and praises to the Most High and to his son, Yahushua. With the battle axes of the Most High coming to you with another Sabbath class breakdown. The name of today's class is Marriages of the Most High. Marriages of the Most High. Shabbat shalom to brothers and sisters that are watching online. And Shabbat shalom to brothers and sisters in class. And we want to make sure that we kind of periodically go back over these things. Go back over the basics, go back to the to the milk, Salakia, because these things need to constantly be reinforced and reiterated. Thanks, Ak, for lack of better words. Because the thing is, why do we constantly go over these things? Because we know that fornication, we know that lust, we know that these things are heavily, heavily present within our nation. Because we know a lot of times brothers and sisters coming out of the world, been in the truth not that long, been in the world way longer than you have been in the truth. Like we always say, 2 or 3 years doesn't never add up to 20 and 30 years in the world. So these things need to be constantly reiterated to make sure that these things you don't find these things coming back up in your spirit. First precept we want to go to, because we want to show the similarities. That's why it's titled Marriages of the Most High. The similarities between the Israelite man and the Israelite woman and Israel as a whole and the Most High and his son. The similarities within those two. Let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 19 and verse 4. We'll start with Christ. Because guess what? It's not a new concept. Even as I go to this precepts, brothers should be doing what?
Precept upon precept.
Precept upon precepts, taking notes, thinking of another precept on where Christ was pulling this from. Because guarantee, whenever we go to the New Testament, Christians think that it's a new concept. It's not a new concept. The prophets, they were pulling these things from where? From the Old Testament. Read that out. Matthew chapter 19 and verse number 4. Hey, I switch that out with brother you call. Yeah, to see if he can get it working. Get that to him,
Okay.
Brother Renard. You good? No, you good. We just switch with this and have brother you call fix that one. Go ahead, Ak.
Okay. The book of St. Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 4. And he answered and said unto them, have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female?
He said, and he answered and said unto them.
Read.
Testing 1, 2. Read it again from the top, Ak.
Okay. The book of St. Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 4. And he answered and said unto them, have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female?
So this was at the beginning. The beginning of what? Time. Going into what?
Adam and Eve.
Genesis what? 1 and 27. But also with the precept Genesis chapter 2 verse 23. Let's get that. So he made them at the beginning male and female. Now you can get that Genesis 1 and 27, Salakia. Then we'll go back. Then come back. Read this out. Start at 27.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them.
So we see that the Most High God created other men, but he only dealt with what? With one man, which was the prototype Adam. That the Most High God did what? Gave the laws, statutes, and commandments to. So when Christ is quoting that, he's quoting that from where? The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 27 and verse 28. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 19 and verse 4 again from the top.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 4.
Uh-huh.
And he answered and said unto them, have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female?
So it was not Adam and Steve. It was not Rebecca and Crystal. Just some damn names out there. It wasn't none of this. The Most High God set these things in perfect order because we know that that's a particular type of spirit that the nations are pushing amongst us as well. The alphabet community. And remember, these things were never ordained by the Most High. That's why it says Adam, female, and male. Read on up.
Verse 5. And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother.
Shall a man leave father and mother? What does that mean? Mean when a man, guess what, gets a job, start to do what? Establish himself as a man, gets his own place. And this is what our job is as a nation of people, to guess what? To establish the men for the next generation. That's what our job is as a nation of people, because a lot of times they weren't taught these things, like we say, being in a single parent home, being in a single mother home, because a woman cannot teach a man how to be a man. She just can't. She cannot do that. That's why it's pivotal that we have what? 2-parent homes amongst our nation of people, so they can get both sides of the spectrum. Read on up.
And shall cleave to his wife.
And shall do what up?
And shall cleave to his wife.
Meaning you get out on your own, then you find a wife, and you cleave unto your wife. Because many times in a relationship, we see this pop up too, where that brother that's a mama's boy, seen it, the mama wants to sit in the front seat, he put his wife out. That's just out of order according to the Bible. Because mama, you think that that's your man. No, that's her husband. You need to get your own man. And if you had a husband, your husband would have been done corrected you on that. This is the problem with us in our nation of people. We don't know our bounds. We don't know how far to go. We don't know and we don't understand our roles as a nation of husbands and wives. We don't understand these things. Sister was totally out of line. And brother wasn't man enough to stand up to his mama to tell her that. Now, how do you think that makes your wife? That's going to cause a further division amongst you. And you ain't sleeping with your mama. Come on, man. You do, that's wicked as hell. Read on up.
Verse 6.
Now read verse 5 again.
Verse 5 from the top. And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife. And they twain shall be one flesh.
And that's a heavy concept, because they two, meaning what? Those two individuals should learn to do what? Come on one accord. It makes absolutely no sense for brothers to be trying to prove a sister and she's not totally on one accord with you. If she's not on one accord with you in the beginning, what you think is going to be like in the marriage? Because like we always say, I need brothers to remember this, what we always bring out. How do a brother know when he's ready to take a wife, or whether or not the wife is ready to move to the next level? Who remember what we always say? What you got, twin? That's right. That's exactly right. Get that brother a hand, man. Because that's exactly right. Think about it. In the beginning, oh, this is my baby. Oh, I love him to death. You into the proving stage 3 weeks and y'all love the hell out of each other. Let's see what it's going to be like 6 months from now or a year from now. I can't stand that ratchet nigga. But the thing is, you have to wait to prove brothers and sisters, because it go on both sides. We use it because men, we go to the men first. But you know when a sister is ready to move forward, when you starting to see how she really is, when she don't get what she want, because that's one of the things with sisters. Sisters are emotional and don't give a sister what she want, but you're going to have the hell to pay. You will start to see their true colors, and that's something. Better not be these battle axe sisters up in her. Is that right, sisters? Look at it. See how they said it? You already know. We already know what sisters deal with. Because sisters have been like, yeah, no, I still deal with that. I want my way every time. But that's not how the Bible says we're supposed to be dealing. And that's the point. Go ahead, Doc.
Big Con, it's like I was saying, let's go to first Esdras right quick, chapter 4, verse 20. We're gonna get a precept to Matthew 19 and 5. It's like that the movie The Wood, where they robbed that store and they told her boy you better get in the back seat. That's how I tell my mama, you better get in the back seat before I knock you. Yeah, because it's gonna be another fight. It's either be me and my wife fighting, or it's gonna be me and you. So which one you want? Get a precept, Matthew chapter 4, 19 and 5. Let's go to first Esdras 4 and 20.
Con. The book of First Esdras, chapter 4 and verse 20.
Bring it out.
A man leaveth his own father that brought him up.
A man leaveth his own father that brought him up. That's tough, man. Your father cared for you, right? Went to work for you, worked long hours for you, you know, whooped you when you needed to be whooped, took you to basketball games when you needed to go places, you know. He brought you up. But the Bible states, as it states in the Old Testament, in Genesis, that a man leaveth his father which brought him up. Does that mean to forget about him? No, that means that you have a journey of your own. The same way your father and your mother, right, had their journeys, the same way you have to have your journey. Read.
Con. That brought him up. And his own country.
And his own country. He leaveth his country. Read.
And cleaveth unto his wife.
And does what?
And cleaveth unto his wife.
And that's what we get in verse 6 of Matthew when we read down Matthew 19 and 6. And cleaveth to his own wife. They become twain. They become what? One. Right? Read.
Verse 21. He sticks not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. By this also.
Read that again, 21.
Con. He sticks not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country.
So it's not that you don't what, take care of them, or that you still don't look out for your mother and your father. But it's stick with your wife, like you looking forward to having that long-term relationship with that wife, right? That's what the Bible is speaking of. So when we do read Matthew 19, 5 and 6, it's a correction or understanding of order of the marriage. And these are the things that we want to make sure that we line up with it. Even in the book of First Esdras, right? We have a precept that we can put next to your Matthew 19, 5 and 6. That's all we get. But we go read 6 too, because it's going to say the same thing.
Go back to the book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse number 6.
The book of St. Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 6. Wherefore they are no more twain,
Meaning y'all are no more two. Read on up.
but one flesh.
But one flesh. Meaning y'all should be what? On the same mind and in the same spirit. On one accord. And if brothers are not on one accord with the sister that they proven, what makes you think that you can move and marry her that she's going to change? Or vice versa for sisters. You seeing the qualities in him that he's not a good provider, not a good leader, don't want to work. Why in the hell would you choose that brother to want to lead you? This makes absolutely no sense. Read verse 6 again.
Con. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh.
But one what?
But one flesh.
On one accord. Read on.
What therefore God had joined together, let not man put asunder.
Because the thing is, man can do what? Easily deceive. It can be spirits in there to do what? To turn you away from your husband, or wife, husband from a wife. It's spirits out there that try to do what? Offset what the Most High God had ordained. And it's pivotal that brothers and sisters be grounded in the truth when you're trying to prove a sister, or if you are already in a marriage. This addresses all of those fronts. Do brothers and sisters understand that? Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse number 23. These are precepts. Brothers and sisters should have these. Captain Yara gave you another precept for your arsenal. You should have what? Matthews 19, 4 through First Esdras, chapter 4, verse 20. Then you should have what? Genesis, chapter 2, verse 23. Those are 3 precepts that brothers should have for marriage. I don't want to hear next week, oh, Cap, I didn't get it. Nigga, you didn't write it down when we were saying it. Don't be distracted. Read this right quick.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 23. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh.
Read on up.
She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man.
That's what it means to be called a woman. Even we hear this dumb stuff on TikTok. You always hearing dumb stuff on TikTok. Brothers and sisters, you have to be grounded in the truth to be able to watch Facebook and TikTok and all that stuff, Instagram, all that stuff. Because you had the Edomite talking about, I no longer want to be called a female. Call me a woman. Like, sis, what sense did that make? Because those are still the same words that derive from the word male. Y'all were taken out of man. Read on up.
Con. Verse 24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife.
Read on up.
And they shall be one flesh.
And they shall be one flesh. So this is what Christ is quoting when we read these things. One flesh being on one accord, just like how the nation of Israel should be on one accord with the Most High. We should be on one accord. We should be compliant on the laws that he gave us, on the statutes that he gave us, under the person that he gave to lead us. This is where we are falling off as a nation. If brothers and sisters are doing the things unto the Most High and His Son Yahushua, you should be doing those same things unto your husband. It is the same similarities. Do brothers and sisters understand that? The same exact similarities. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 26.
Con. The book of Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind?
Read that again, Op.
Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind?
And this is what the prophet Sirach is proclaiming or asking. How's there a wife after thy mind? Meaning, do you have a wife that's on one accord with you? How can you move forward with people that you are not on one accord with? Like the scripture says in the book of Amos, can two walk together except they be agreed? This makes absolutely no sense that brothers and sisters will put themselves in unnecessary matters with people. Like we always tell brothers and sisters, it's not impossible, but it's like, even like Captain Yara would say, why would you want to put an extra burden on yourself by picking someone that's not fully in the truth? Brothers have to question that. And I understand to an extent. Brothers and sisters got what? Got that itch that you just got to scratch. But once you scratch it, say, think about it. And when all hell is breaking loose now, you ready to get rid of that scratch. Was that scratch so worth it? Was that thing worth it, man? And these are the things that we have to pose. This is what the Most High God posed to us as a nation of people before you get involved with somebody. This is serious, man. Very, very serious. Any brother, real quick, what's the role of a husband according to the Bible? What is the role? Brother Renard. What is the role of a husband? To teach, to provide. Help him out, twin. To teach, to provide, to protect. These are some of the main characteristics that you should be looking for in a husband. Sisters, do y'all understand that? These are the main characteristics. And these things are pivotal for your growth in the marriage. If a brother's not bringing those things, guess what? Red flag. But many a times, sisters do what? Ignore the red flags because the brother may be handsome, because he may be tall, because he got big feet, or got money. When money can't buy you happiness, man. Money can't, man, because with more money, more what? More problems, man. Let's go to the book of Genesis. go to the book of Genesis chapter 2 and verse 15.
Con. The book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 15. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it.
So it says that the Lord took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden, meaning the Most High God did what to Adam?
Put him in a house.
Gave him a home, a place to stay. This is the first thing that brothers need to have on their agenda. If a brother ain't got this, brother don't. Hey, you already know, get out of my face, man. Read on, Op.
Con. Took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it.
So he gave him a place to stay and a what? A job. Because his job was to do what? Dress it and keep it. Meaning oversee all these things. Adam was the head man in charge to do the will of the Most High. He gave him certain things. These are attributes that you must be on one accord with. Do brothers and sisters understand that? Improving a friend. Go to the book of John chapter 17 and verse number 21. Because just like how a man and woman has to be on one accord, guess what? We have to be on one accord with the Most High.
Con. The book of St. John, chapter 17 and verse 21. That they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee. That they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me.
Read verse 21 again, Op.
Con. The book of St. John, chapter 17 and verse 21. That they all may be one.
That they all may be one. Meaning one what? On one accord.
Right.
Doesn't mean that, guess what? Us, Christ, and the Most High is going to transform into Voltron and become one person. No. That means that we're on one accord. Just like a husband and wife should be on one accord, we should be on one accord with the Most High. Read on up.
Con. As thou, Father, art in me.
As thou, Father, art in me, meaning Christ and the Most High were on one accord, so we should be on one accord. All of us should have one mind, one thought, one spirit. Read on up.
And I in thee.
Read on up.
That they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me.
Jump over to John chapter 10 and verse number what? 30. You're in the spirit, Op. That's the spirit. I need Bruce to be tracking the class. When certain precepts come out, Bruce need to go over that thing real quick and see what precepts you have next to it. Because you know the questions is coming out. 10 and 30. Read this, Op.
The book of St. John, chapter 10 and verse 30. I and my Father are one.
What does that mean? I and my Father are one. What does that mean, Ezekiel? That means that they're on one accord. And you can see if brothers and sisters in the spirit, you will know that he's doing what? Ain't doing nothing but pulling it from the book of Genesis. Just like how they should have been on one accord. Salakia. Read that again,
The book of St. John, chapter 10 and verse 30. I and my Father are one.
Jump up to verse 29.
Verse 29. My Father which gave them me is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand.
Read that again,
Con. My Father which gave them me.
So the Most High God gave Christ the Israelites, showing you two different entities. Read on up.
Con is greater than all.
And he's greater than all, even Christ. How can they be the same if the Christ is literally telling you that the Most High God is greater than him? Makes no sense. Read on up.
And no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand.
Read on up.
I and my Father are one.
This is why it's so, I'm talking about, we cannot stress this enough to be on one accord while you're approving brothers and sisters, man. Because it's showing the similarities, how Christ is on one accord with the Most High is the same way a husband should be on one accord with her with the wife and vice versa. Do brothers and sisters understand that? Go ahead,
Let's go back to Sirach, chapter 7 and 26. Because this is exactly what we have to be. This is a part of proving that a lot of times we miss, and then we see that we are not really on one accord, or what the word is, what they call it in the world, compatible, right? We really are not compatible, but like I said, we had an itch, right? You looked like the dream brother that I wanted. She looked like the sister that I talked about, right? But we not on one accord. We got total different opposing mind states, right? Read this again.
Khan, the book of Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 26.
Bringing it out.
Hast thou a wife after thy mind?
That is a question. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? That is heavy. If you all are not on the same page, you all are not compatible. They always say opposites attract, and that's why so many damn marriages, right? That's why so many divorces in marriages, because opposites attract, right? No, we need to be compatible. We need to have the same mindset. Our goals need to be the same oriented goals, right? Do you want children? Oh, down the line, oh, she don't want children. But y'all already done scratched. Now what's the play? Y'all don't have the same mindset, right? This is going to be a problem within the whole marriage now, right? Read on.
Khan, hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not.
And if you do find a woman that is exactly after your mindset, or y'all do have the same mindset that makes y'all compatible, it said do not forsake her. Right? A lot of times, and I've seen it in my life, man. I'm going to be frankly honest, man. My own brother, man. Yeah. Let's just be straight up with it. Had a woman that was after his mind, right? This way back in college. Did she look the best? Nah, she was a beautiful woman, right? But she wasn't what he thought that he could get, right? Sometimes we overlook what the Lord said for us, man. Right? But she was after his mind. Now, Shalom, Captain J Ball in the building, man. Now, right? He messed it up, but now he tell me, I wish I would have got with her. I wish I would have, yeah. Because you forsook that woman that was truly after your mind to go and what? Follow after what? The looks, right? The bodies, or whatever the case may be. So if you do find a woman after your mind, you don't need to forsake that. Read on.
Khan, but give not thyself over to a light woman.
But not, brothers, we do this a lot, man. We give ourselves over to a light woman. It's just glad. We give ourselves over to a light woman, man. Right? Go to 5 right quick. Where we going? Where we going? Sirach 25 and what?
$25.13.
A little bit up.
7.
A little bit up. 1. All praises. Let's read it, man. Let's see what the Most High says about this woman and you having the same compatibility or on one accord. Read.
Khan, the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
In 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful, both before Yahweh and men.
3 things that we were beautified in before Yahweh, before our power. Let's see.
Khan, the unity of brethren.
The unity of brethren, right? Us coming together, right?
The love of
the Bible definitely tells us to come together, right? Read on.
The love of neighbors.
The love of neighbors, loving your what? Your neighbor, your what? Your tribes, right? Or tribes outside of your tribes, right? Loving that. That's 2. Let's see what the last thing is.
A man and a wife that agree together.
Not just a man and a wife, but a man and a wife that do what?
Agree together.
Agree together. Where does all this turmoil start in the relationship? Disagreements. Well, I'm cold. I want the heater on. Well, I'm hot. I want it off. Disagreement. Here we go. Instead of us what? Coming together making some form of agreement. Well, how about you go get the little heater and put it right on you, and we take the what? Cut the central heat off, right? We still agreeing, right? You get your heat, and now I don't even got to get your heat, right?
That's right.
Well, instead of us doing that, what we doing, Jeremiah? Bitch, you a nothing out. And like I say, you ain't gonna say no more than she gonna say to you, and she ain't gonna say no more because we know how to touch each other. Oh yeah.
You know what they're going to say? You just a hot nigga.
Yeah, you just Lord,
Burn up,
nigga.
nigga.
Lord, why you give me this hot nigga? I ain't want a hot. I didn't really mean I wanted a hot boy. I didn't really mean it. He's just a hot boy. But the Lord is beautified before us being in agreements, man. Don't forsake that. If you are not compatible or have that mindset with a woman and you're approving that and that woman, and you don't see that thing going the same way, y'all minds are not on clicking together, like y'all never click on the same thing, and you need to let that go.
Right.
But we pass this up a lot of times. This is what we pass up. We pass up that opportunity to see if we got the same mindset. And now what they say, well, whoop-de-doo, here you go. Right? And that's where a lot of things end. So we want to make sure that if we do have a woman on our same mindset, that we don't forsake that. But we don't just fall after a light woman. You fall after what? Vanity. The outward appearance, right? Go ahead, Doc.
Let's go to the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 3. Saying the same thing. This is why we have to home in the point, huh? No, you good, huh? We want to home in that point. Being on one accord. Just like how we on one accord with the Most High, husband and wife be on the same one accord, man. Read this out.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, and verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Read it again out.
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
So how can you come together except y'all be agreed? Sis still thinking that, guess what? She want to go to Sunday worship and you trying to teach her, guess what? The Sabbath according to the Bible. She still, guess what? Got Christmas, birthdays, all these different customs that's of the world, and you trying to teach her the high holy days of the Most High. How can y'all come together except y'all be agreed? And these things only come by what? By properly what? Proving a person. This is the only way. Brother Bilal, how long do you think that it takes to prove a person? How long would you say?
At least 2 years.
I'd say 2 years. Sister Genesis, what would you say?
I would say you never really get to prove somebody. That's what Jeremiah say.
That's right. That's what Captain Jeremiah say. Y'all constantly proving one another. But even as starting out for a sister, Mother Mariah, how long would you say? Yes. Damn. Mama Mariah said 6 years. Hey, I guess you got to prove that thing, man. But the thing is, it's really no set number on that. But it should be longer, in my opinion, than 6 damn months. That's my opinion. My personal opinion is at least a year. Because the thing is, you want to see the bad side of that person. You don't just want to see the good side. You want to see, guess what happens when she's out of the spirit. What happens when he's out of the spirit. Once you see that, that gives you a, guess what, a estimate on if you whether or not want to move forward with this sister or this brother or not. Do they play well with others? Are they a respectable person? What is their name like? What is their reputation like? These are the things that brothers and sisters have to question. And you want to kind of question those things, what? After the fact. And it's too late, man. It's too late because we have to stop whoredom in Israel, man. Not just in the battle axes, but in all these congregations and these camps, man. And in Israel in general, man. Do brothers and sisters understand that? Go ahead, Op. You got something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say because COVID, 22, 23, I had a great year. If I'd have met my wife in 22, 23, boy, she'd have been all on me because I had a great year. It was up. I'm talking about what you want, what you need. I got it. Stay a little longer.
Yeah, that's right.
Sometimes we have some good years. I had a great year that year. And then it goes to show you if it fall off after that year, well, then guess what? You really get to see, oh, yeah, it ain't that sweet over here no more, yeah. It ain't that sweet. It ain't like it used to be. Yeah, give me half on the rent. Yeah, I need half. Yeah.
You know,
I
most
need
of the
a little
time,
help.
you know, most of the time when brothers and sisters, especially when they dealing with each other, it's always you want to see if somebody can click, if you can click with them. If y'all clicking on all cylinders, if you make a move, she make a move, but in the right direction, right? But a lot of times, even when you making a move in the right direction, sometimes those things you still got to put those things in check, right? Meaning what? You say for instance, you like, man, I'm finna get ready and go to sleep. She already know that you like the air conditioning at a certain temperature when you go to sleep because you know, yeah, okay, he kind of hot. Like, just to let me back on what Ox saying. Okay, I'm gonna cut the temperature down because I know you like it like this. But she might be accommodating you, but in you, are you thinking about her and her accommodations? Right? Those are things that you got to. She like, you's like, oh man, I think she for me, but are you for her? Right? Because a lot of time brothers thinking that okay, this might be my right kind, but guess what? You at the house making her all kind of miserable. Right? So that's why you got to make sure that brothers and sisters being on one accord, talking about an agreement. Agreement is a real thing. Right? Because a lot of times people, you might agree on one thing, but you don't mean that you agree on every single thing in a marriage. That's why Ben Anaya, I'm talking about a long time ago, his favorite thing he used to say, boy, marriage is a mystery.
That's right.
And it is. It's a mystery for her, and it's a mystery for you too. Right? Because you don't really know what you'll get out the deal once the year start to roll, right? Go ahead,
Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse number 7. Because this is what brothers and sisters are not doing. We are the Bible, the Most High God is totally for marriages and unions of a sister and a brother. The Most High God just wants us to do it what? The right way. Because many a times we done seen it done the wrong way, it don't work. We haven't seen it. Even just as brothers up here, being leaders, even as being soldiers. We just haven't seen it when brothers and sisters go out of the order that the Most High God has ordained. Read this,
Come. The book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
If you want a friend, a wife, a sister in the truth, a wife, you have to do what? Prove her first. Prove him first. Even like Ox just gave great examples. These are the things, and you have to come up on counsel for these things because counsel, we're going to ask the questions that y'all are not. We ain't going to play the games with y'all, man. We ain't going to play no type of games. Everything is on the table because guess what? Everything is going to be on the table in y'all marriage. And these things are going to come up. Even the smallest of matters can snowball into some of the, I'm talking about the worst fights. Read it again.
Come. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
And be not hasty to credit him. Because what y'all think the Most High God is doing with us right now? He ain't never stopped proving us, man. From the time in the beginning, he ain't never stopped proving us, man. Our people stopped proving the Most High. We stopped walking in his ways. We stopped doing what he commanded us to do. And a lot of times, guess what? This is how marriages become. You start to get complacent in your marriage. Because guess what? A sister ain't getting what she want. And guess what? A brother ain't getting what he want. Sisters, I got to ask, who gets the last say-so in the marriage? Who's Sister Ida? Sister Ida in the spirit. Sister,
The husband.
the husband. Sisters, I ain't raising my hand. I don't give a damn what Captain asked today. I don't give a damn. A sister that's in the spirit. The husband, my husband. Dang, sister don't care about their husband up here, but Adiva, sister Hana, you don't care about me. Don't put Captain Jeroball in her. They ain't in it. It says prove a friend. Like we say, we joke around, but this is a serious matter, man. Serious matter. Because we seen that spirit leave, now it's coming back.
I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know why Captain Benaniah asked that question to the sisters. I don't know why. I'm gonna tell you why I say this. Because every time he asks the sisters that, the sisters like, he do the husband, but he go to men. Y'all put y'all head down. Why y'all put y'all head down? I just want to know, what was the reason for that? I'm talking about, I seen the whole, I'm talking about, it's 90% of y'all put y'all head down when they asked that question. Y'all didn't even want to look over across the room. Why did y'all do that? Huh? I'm going to tell you why y'all did that. Because a lot of times, you'll still go back and forth even after you done made your last statement, what you going to make. That's why y'all do that. What is the argument about? This is the point we try to help build brothers up and sisters up with. We are the women head. Our head is what? Who is who? Christ. Yahushua, right? Is he going to argue with you? Name one day of your whole entire life that Yahushua argued with you about anything. Never did he? What about, hey, sister, have y'all ever argued with Yahushua before? You ain't that brave though. I mean, I ain't that brave either. I ain't finna. You could try it, and you gonna fail real bad. But the thing is, it's about when you building, like I said, when you building, it ain't no argument. A lot of times, brothers and sisters, you make arguments for nothing. It ain't even worth it. So don't, when that questions don't put your head down, raise your head up, brothers. Don't do it like that. Because I sit here and watch, and you know what? The first time I seen that, when Ben and I seen that once before. This time I said, I ain't finna let that go by. Because I'm gonna say something. Brothers, ain't no back and forth. That's the point. Y'all want to go back and forth. You'll carry that on for 2 days back and forth for what? No argument like that. Because ain't nobody, the truth don't. If your rap didn't continue, if you didn't get that out of the way today, tomorrow what it is, brothers. But what precept?
Ephesians 4:26.
Ephesians 4 saying what? Let's read it right quick. Let's go read it. Let's go read it. If brothers and sisters can do this will squash a lot of stuff in marriages. I'm talking about real easy. Guess what? Even if it don't squash it for her, it should squash it for who? You. Right? Let's read that up.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse 26. Be ye angry.
The Lord said, be ye angry, but what?
And sin not.
He said, but sin not. This is the point. He said, you can be angry with each other, but the sin is the problem he got a problem with. And this is how sin come in. Read.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Right? So this is the point. If you ain't got this done by the day, whatever y'all got to argue back and forth by the day, if you ain't got it done by the day, let it go.
Right.
You will figure it out. I promise you, it'll figure itself out. Read the next part.
Verse 27. Neither give place to the devil.
Because when you do it, you just gave place to Satan. Brothers understand that. Sisters understand that. You give place to Satan every time. This is what we're trying to avoid. Because when Satan enters into the vessel, that's when all kind of matter of sin come in. Lust, envy, strife, all those things come into our spirits, man. That's what we try to get into in check, right? Go ahead, up.
Go to the book of Judges, chapter 2, and verse number 20. Let's go to the book of Judges, chapter 2, and verse number 20. So like your brothers and sisters, because I know once don't hear it on the microphone, they won't hear it in class.
I hear you.
Oh, come. Judges chapter 2 and start at verse number 20 out.
The book of Judges, chapter 2 and verse 20. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel.
Read on.
And he said, because that this people had transgressed my covenant, which I commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice.
Read on up.
I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died.
Read on.
That through them I may prove Israel.
Read verse 22 again up.
That through them I may prove Israel.
So just like how brothers and sisters should prove one another is the same way the Most High God did what? Proved us as a nation. He put us through all types of situations to see whether or not we will what? Keep his commandments or no. In this particular matter, he used the other nations to see if we would do what? Walk after their ways and after their traditions. Read on up.
Con, that through them I may prove Israel, whether they will keep the way of the Lord to walk therein as their fathers did keep it, or not.
Or what?
Or not.
Read on up.
Verse 23, therefore the Lord left those nations without driving them out hastily.
So that's, now we know why Joshua couldn't kill all the Canaanites. The Most High God left it as a backup plan to do what? To prove us thereby. And these are particular situations in different circumstances that will come up in marriages to test y'all marriage to see whether or not y'all really did prove one another, whether or not y'all went the distance, or whether or not y'all did what? Move too hasty in the spirit, meaning move too quick. Not knowing the type of things that, guess what, that pisses her off. Not knowing that, guess what, she's out of the spirit at this time, how she is around her flower. These are things, yes, it gets deep, bros. These are particular type of questions we ask. Whether or not, guess what, she's asking you to teach her, to fast with her. And whether or not that, guess what, you are being a leader and guess what, initiating those things, man. Yeah, it's good that we want sisters to come to us to ask about the word because that shows that they are intrigued. But we have to be the leaders to, guess what, to push the matter. To incite the matter, like, hey, get your Bible, let's read. Let's pray together. Let's fast together. These things are important for our marriages to grow as a nation of people, to be able to keep out wicked spirits that try to come in and bring division between y'all, man. And brothers and sisters have to be able to see these things in the spirit. Con? Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 62. You have to find out do's and don'ts, whether or not how often do a brother like to read, how often a sister like to read. Is she just picking up her Bible only when her husband is telling her to, or do she do it on her own free will? These are things that brothers must watch out for. You see a sister not doing that, ding, 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 ding. Sister, you see a brother not doing that, ding, 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 ding. These are qualities that brothers is not asking, sisters is not asking, man. Read this. Start at verse.
Start at 3.
Yeah.
Con. The book of Isaiah, chapter 62 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt also be a crown of glory in the hand of the Lord, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy God.
Meaning a crown. Read on up.
Thou shalt no more be termed forsaken, neither shall thy land any more be termed desolate.
Read on up.
But thou shalt be called Hephzibah.
Hephzibah is going into what? Delight. Read on up.
And thy land Beulah.
And thy land Beulah, going into what? The Most High God is going to marry us back to that land once again. We don't see anything about the Gentiles in this, man. We just don't see it. Read on up.
For the Lord delighteth in thee.
Read that again, Op.
For the Lord delighteth in thee.
No, in all nations.
In thee.
In the Gentiles.
In thee.
Read on up.
And thy land shall be married.
And thy land shall be married. We see what the Most High God have in store for the Gentiles. Jump up to verse 2.
Con, verse 2. And the Gentile shall see thy righteousness.
No, they shall be in our righteousness.
And the Gentile shall see thy righteousness.
That's the place where the Gentiles is going to be. They're going to see our righteousness.
That's right.
The Most High God didn't never marry the Gentiles. He never ordained them as a bride unto himself.
Right.
Never. Read on up.
Con. In all kings thy glory.
In all kings thy glory. Jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. For as a young man marrieth a virgin, so shall thy sons marry thee.
Read on up.
And as the bridegroom rejoiceth over the bride, so shall thy God rejoice over thee.
So we see similarities all the time. The Most High God is excellent at parables and similitudes, comparing one thing to another. He constantly compares his relationship between his children to a husband's and wife relationship. This is where we have to learn this from, brothers and sisters, man. Let's go to the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. We never see what other nations was called by his name, or called a bride, or called a wife of the Most High. We don't see these things, man. So they not in the marriage.
Before you go, I want to touch something right quick
Go ahead, Doc.
on that verse 4. It said, "For the Lord delighted in thee." Why would you think the Lord delighted in us?
That's right.
Concerning marriage, why do you think the Lord delighted in us? Okay, we know that much,
Yeah,
bro. I'm
that's
just
not
saying.
what he, get to that point that he asked.
That's right. Why did the Lord say that he delighted in us? No, come straight more. We need more. We on one accord. We keeping his commandment. We doing what we are told. Let's go to Proverbs right quick. Proverbs chapter. Bro, should know where we going right there. Proverbs chapter 8. In verse 30.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 30. Then I was by him as one brought up with him.
So this is going into the Mashiach Yahushua. He said he was brought up by him as one that was with him, meaning what? It was no one around except him and the Most High before all the creations was made. Right? Read it.
Con. And I was daily his delight.
Now this is heavy, brothers and sisters. Daily, being a daily delight, meaning what? They was on one accord. This is like the consistencies of a marriage. Being a daily delight, not just a one-day delight. Brothers and sisters better understand it. Being a daily delight to each other is a real thing, brothers and sisters. Being this is what Christ was for the Most High. This is how we are for Christ. This is how our wives supposed to be for us. This is how our children supposed to be for us. Being a daily delight. Right? Read.
Con. And I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him.
So this is being in what? Making sure that, guess what, brothers and sisters, guess what, envying and trying and stuff, you got to be in the right spirit. Right? This meaning, guess what, Christ meaning like I didn't get out the spirit with the Most High. I was in the spirit when I was dealing with him at all times.
That's right.
Right? You can't be somebody daily delight being out of the spirit. That it don't work that way. Being a daily delight, guess what? Is being in the right frame of mind, right spirit with the Most High. Brothers, get that. Go ahead.
Let's go here right quick, because like we say, it's always spiritual alley-oops, man. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 13. Because we kind of want to keep feeding off of that delight. We want to keep feeding off that delight. Just like how the Most High God delighted in us, because like the brothers were saying, we are what? Back on one accord with the Most High, is the same way a husband should be delighted into his wife, because she's what? On one accord with him. Read this out.
The book of
I
Sirach.
was going to get to it later, but hey, the Spirit, Spirit bring it out this way. Read this out.
Con. The book of Sirach, chapter 26, in verse number 13.
Bring it out.
The grace of a wife delighteth her husband.
Read on out.
In her discretion will fat his bones.
That's a heavy, heavy verse. And this is what I pose to sisters. These are some of the things, like we say, because this counsel is supposed to be counsel when brothers and sisters are trying to prove one another. First question I'm going to ask a sister is what? What are the precepts on what your role is according to the Bible? And it should always be what? Sirach chapter 26, 1 Timothy 2 and 9, and Titus 2 and 3. Those are the precepts. Those are the Bible verses that sisters need to have memorized if you are trying to become a wife. And you need to just have them known anyway, so that you are already in that spirit and not have to get ready. If you are already ready for game mode, it's no time or no wasted time, basically, for lack of better words. Read verse 13 again.
The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fat his bones.
Meaning what? When and when not to do something. Sisters have to understand discretion. When my husband wants me to act in this certain manner and when not to act in this certain manner. Because a lot of times, I'm going to tell y'all, TikTok is what's raising the sisters. A lot of times that's where they get their ideologies from, TikTok and feminism. Because those things nowhere are founded or grounded in the Bible. Even just like what Captain Yara said. At the beginning, like you say, he was doing his thing, so it wasn't no need. But if a sister understand that, guess what? Her role is to be a what? A helpmeet unto her husband. So if she know that her husband is kind of falling back financially, a woman of the Lord gonna do what? Help that husband out. Just like who? Just like Tobit's wife. When Tobit became blind, his wife went out and got a job to help. Do brothers and sisters know about that account? That was a righteous woman of the Lord, man. But by women of the Lord knowing what your role is according to the Bible, that's what helps y'all out. Because once again, sisters, whose job is it to maintain the house? And what? The children. Now, does that mean that you have a husband that ain't gonna never help you? No. Because guess what? A husband that actually loves his wife can see that maybe she behind. Okay, I can put the dishes in the dishwasher. You know, a husband that, guess what, that really loves his wife, yeah, he will take the time to help out. But is he commanded to do that? No. And because guess what, you know that role who it falls back on, then guess what, that stops arguments in the house. I'm tired of cleaning up these damn dishes out of there. Nigga, do this, nigga, do that. But guess what, the scriptures say whose job it is. Now, I'm going to tell you, you got to watch out because it is some nasty niggas out here. You coming over to his house while y'all prove, you see he got drawers in the living room, that may not be the brother for you. Say for real. That may not be the brother for you. So these are the things goes into what? Properly proving a friend. This is what this all goes back to. Let's go to the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 2.
You want to start at 3 or 2?
2.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, and verse 2. For I am jealous over you with a godly jealousy.
Read on up.
For I have espoused you to one husband.
To one what?
To one husband.
Read on up.
That I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach.
We are presented as a chaste virgin to Christ. So think about the attributes of a virgin. Being untouched, undefiled. Guess what? We should be that same way spiritually. Do brothers and sisters understand that? Should be that same way when you are dealing with your husband, knowing his likes. Husbands, you should be dealing the same way with your wives, man. Now you get into certain situations to where you really don't like your wife like that. A wife really don't like her husband like that, man. We see that many, many times in Israel, man. We see it, man. And we always go back, where was the breakdown? Ding, 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 ding. Where do brothers and sisters think the breakdown come from? Raise your hand. Any brother or sister. Where does the breakdown come from, Brother Keith? That's one of them. The main part. Say it again, not proving each other.
Proving.
Go ahead,
Nah, that's it. That's it. I just said it with you. Proving.
That thing is heavy. Brothers and sisters don't understand how heavy that thing is. And I'm going to get real with some brothers and sisters. I don't give a damn. I'm getting real with brothers and sisters. We seen it to where captains didn't properly prove one another, and we see marriages as disarray. We done seen countless soldiers. We done seen officers. We done seen these things. I know of about, let me count, 1, 2, 3. You got to count some brothers like 2 or 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Count that brother like 2 times. Nigga know who I'm talking about. 1, 2. Damn it, just had one this Sabbath. Damn it, Hosea, you better be watching class. Man, at least about 10 accounts, man. You throw some sisters in that thing too. Sisters, y'all ain't getting out of this thing either. Sisters up in that thing too, so we done had some occurrences, man. And the Most High God don't like that, man. Guess what? We as leaders, we don't like that because we understand the judgments that comes behind that. The Most High God stops our growth. He stops our blessings by us partaking in that particular fornication. But you just want to get it in and just lead a sister, lead a brother. No, we're not dealing like that here at BATTLEAXES, man. We're trying to make the Most High God proud, man. And that should be every brothers and sister spirit in this thing, man. You see the statistics of our people, marriages. I mean, say, man, you don't even see too many married couples out here, man. And on top of that, are they even happily married on top of that? Think about that, man. But Israel, we trying to do something about that, man. That's why the nations don't like this, man. We trying to make families great again, man. Let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 6. Now give me the book of Ezekiel chapter 3. Salakia. What you got, Out? Con, you in the spirit, Out. We see the statistics on that. I had it on my phone. You in the spirit, Out. Pull that back up again, that big one. So we see, like you say, with black women, we see an 8% widow. We see 49% never even married. These statistics was not like this during the 1900s all the way up to the 1960s, man. Feminism was brought in to divide us from each other because we knew that we had one common enemy, and that was Esau. So we dwelt in perfect harmony against that one entity, against that one common threat. Esau got crafty in that and put in feminism, and it divided us to now to where we're getting married, but who institutes most of the divorce in marriages? Women. Mainly because what? Sisters out of the spirit, and sisters is not getting what the hell they want to. Tell a sister she can't have something that she want. Watch her countenance change. Watch it. That's all we do all day. No, sis.
Tell you what feminism push. It pushes happiness over marriages. Feminism push happiness over marriages. Brothers will stick around in a marriage and he know this thing is going bad. He'll stick around anyway. Sister, my happiness is worth more to me than your marriage. This is the outrage of our nation, man. The happiness. You're not gonna be happy. Guess what? If she move on, she still ain't gonna be happy. She gonna be lonely and happy now. You just added more to you. Now you're gonna be lonely and happy, and what else? Everything else that come with it. It's just more and more just adds on to that. it's a lot of what you call those
What? Paraphrase.
it's a lot of celebrities that's literally pushing this and is making our people, because our leaders in our nation is what is the celebrities.
That's right. Yeah.
This is our leaders. So guess what? When we see our leaders want to be happy, guess what we want to do? We want to be happy right along with them, man. That, like I say, that feminism is a real thing. It's a disease, man.
It really is. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 12, Salakia. Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse number 12.
We come back. Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah, we just verse 2. Yeah. We can go back though. Yeah. And the other remote twin, Ezekiel. Yeah, I'm gonna say, brothers and sisters, y'all have to bring us something up here. Don't worry about being on the camera. All right.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 12.
Break it out.
Go and proclaim these words toward the north,
Read on out.
and say, return thou backsliding Israel.
So, in the immediate context, who is the north referring to? Y'all, and that's why I need Bruce to understand it. Say it again, Babylon.
Babylon.
The actual Babylon. In the spirit, on a deeper level, is talking about who? North America. Spiritual Babylon. Do brothers and sisters understand that? Read this again. Because remember, we're returning right now from our what? Backslide.
Right.
Read this again,
Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 12. Go and proclaim these words toward the north, and say, return thy backsliding Israel, saith the Lord. And I will not cause mine anger to fall upon you.
Read on,
For I am merciful,
Read on.
saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever.
He's not going to keep his anger forever. Read on,
Verse 13. Only acknowledge thine iniquity.
That's what we must do as a nation of people. Acknowledge what we did wrong according to the Bible. Read on,
that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy God.
Read on,
and hast scattered thy ways.
And has scattered thy ways. Read on,
To the strangers.
To the who,
To the strangers.
Read on,
Under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice, said the Lord.
Read on.
Verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children.
That's what we must do, man, to repair our marriages. Read on.
Said the Lord. For I am married unto you.
No, he's married unto the other nation.
For I am married unto you.
Unto the strangers.
For I am married unto you.
Read on,
And I will take you, one of a city, and two of a family.
Read on,
And I will bring you to Zion.
Nowhere do we see about the other nations having a marriage or espouse to the Most High and His Son Yahushua. The same way that, guess what, we shouldn't be marrying these other nations as well. These things can go many manifolds.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, that verse number 14 is heavy than a mug. Read that again,
Khan, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3 and verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord.
Said who?
Saith the Lord.
Said the Most High. Read.
For I am married unto you.
Read on.
I will take you, one of a city.
Now, that means he's taking one person out of. Just think about it. It ain't literally one person out of a city, but it's just letting you know how thin it's gonna be that he's taking. Right? He's taking meaning he's taking one person. He said just one person. This goes in. I don't know. I don't want to give you too much because I don't want to go off the subject. But this goes into where Abraham was asking the Lord, like, what if it's this many in the city? What if it's this many in the city? Right? We don't want to go too deep on, like you said, because we don't want to go away from the class. But this is how the Lord taking us, right? But read the next part. Read.
Khan, I will take you, one of a city, and two of a family.
He said in two of a family, meaning what, brothers and sisters? Now, this is the thing that get heavy. In marriages, guess what? If you the one that's in the right spirit when the Lord come back, right? If you the one that's keeping the commandments and doing what the role is in a marriage, guess what happened? You might be the one he take, and he might just leave her behind. Brothers and sisters, understand it, right? In a congregation, it goes into families too. In a congregation, he might take two. He could take more. But whoever in the right spirit or keeping the commandments, thus said Yahweh the power, right? Those are the ones that the Lord said he's coming back to go get, right? This is why verse 14 is heavy, man. Read it.
Come, and I will bring you to Zion.
And he's going to bring us back into our own land, man, right? Go ahead, Doc.
Let's go to the book of Sirach. No, let's go to the book of 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 9. Because we, brothers and sisters, like we say, we don't went from what? Proving a friend, understanding what? Role of marriage. This is what we're going to kind of cover more. The husband's roles, the wife roles. Sisters need these precepts just as well as brothers need these precepts. Let's go to the book of 1 Timothy chapter 5, start at verse 9. These are precepts for sisters that want to be wives. Y'all know how we do. I want to ask the questions, man. Read that out. 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 9.
Come, the book of 1
Well, I
Timothy.
did, but we'll go here first.
Come, the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 5 and verse 9.
Come on out.
Let not a widow be taken into the number under 80 years old,
That's going into 60 years old. Read on out.
having been the wife of one man,
Having been the wife of one man. Read on out.
well reported of for good works.
This is going into the widow. Sister need to be what? Well reported of for good works. And this is the reputation that sisters need. This is the reputation that a sister should want, man. Read on up.
Con, well reported of for good work.
Read on up.
If she had brought up children,
Read on.
if she have lodged strangers,
If you have taken in brothers and sisters that come from out of town, man, these are good attributes that sisters need. Read on.
if she have washed the saints' feet,
Read on up.
if she has relieved the afflicted,
You looking out for brothers and sisters that have had a hard time. Brothers and sisters that are catching hell out here. And guess what? You be the first one to call a sister. You be the first one to call a brother. Hey, brother, how you doing? Everything all right? You checking on brothers and sisters, man. This is attributes, the characteristics that a woman of the Most High should be. Read on up.
con, if she have diligently followed every good work,
Read that part again, up.
if she have diligently followed every good work.
Emphasis on what? Diligently. Because you will have a sister that, guess what, flourished for a season. Then that next season, guess what? She dying like a root, dying like a weed. No, you want to keep that thing diligently flourishing, man. Because Lord will, as we grow as a nation and as a congregation, guess what? The younger sisters that come in need to see that example on how sisters deal with each other in the truth, how they deal with their husbands, how they deal amongst as a congregation. Read on up.
Con, Salakia. Verse 11. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against Hamashiach, they will marry.
They will what?
They will marry.
Meaning what? Go into another spirit. They will marry. Remember, this word marry, it has a context. Read on up.
Con, verse 12. Having damnation, because they have cast off their first faith.
So now it explains what? Verse 11. To let you know that it's not physically going into marriage, it's going into what? Spiritually going into marriage. Because our first faith should have been what? Christ. Got to make sure that brothers and sisters, especially sisters, stay in the doctrine which you have learned. Not going into other doctrines, because these things can take you away from Christ, man. Read on up.
Con, verse 13. And withal, they learn to be idle.
They learn to be idle. Meaning what? Not being busybodies. Not want to be seen. Not all in the streets. Read on up.
Wandering about from house to house.
Read on up.
And not only idle, but tattlers also.
Read on.
And busybodies, speaking things which they ought not.
Speaking things which they ought not. Read on, Op.
I will therefore that the younger woman marry.
Read it again, Op.
I will therefore that the younger women marry.
Read on.
Bear children, guide the house, give none occasion of the adversary to speak reproachfully.
Because this is what the Most High God has laid out for the sisters. To what? Read it again, Op. I would
Come.
therefore, Salakia.
I will therefore that the younger women marry.
The Most High God wants the younger women to marry. A lot of times they have been taught the total opposite. And I understand the gray area between getting an education and becoming a wife. I totally understand that. Because I would want a sister to get an education. But at that same time, you have to understand that, guess what? Marriage makes for a strong nation. How in the hell can we have a strong nation if we not get married? It's not two-parent homes. Because who's going to be the disciplinary when you got a young lion in that house? You ain't going to be able to handle that young boy. But when it comes to that husband, he know to bow down. This is how we help strengthen one another. Go ahead, Op.
This is real.
Verse 13 from the top. And withal, they learn to be idle.
It all falls into the trickle. It all trickles down, right? It all trickles down. It comes from what? Titus 2. The what? Older women teaching the younger women how to be wives, right? Because it trickles down, because if not, we'll have the statistic that we just put up about what 50% of our young women not marrying at all. They will learn to be idle, right? That's what our sisters are doing today. They're learning to cope in this world by being what? Thoughts and whores. Not marrying, right? Just going through the motions. Oh, I can do it without a man. Independent, right? That's where you get your independent woman from. That's why it's a trickle-down effect. That's why 13 is so tough. They will learn this. We need to show our young women, guess what? That they too will be the next wives, man, right? That they too will be the next children bearers, will be the next Leahs and Rachels of the nation, man, right? Or they will learn the same idleness as what the world is showing our children right now. Our young women are 30 and 40 years old and are not marrying, right? Talking about they don't need a man, right? They out here now alphabet ganging, right? Definitely talking about they don't need a man. So we don't want our children, our young women to get idle, man. Read that again.
And withal, they learn to be idle.
Doing what?
Wandering about from house to house.
What you think that wandering from house to house mean?
Man to man.
Man to man. Whoredom, right? Whorism, whatever you want to call it. New word, whorism, whoredom, thotatry, all kind of new words, right? Thotolatry. That's what that wandering house to house is. That's what our young women are learning. Read on.
Wandering about from house to house.
Uh-huh.
And not only idle.
Not only idle, but what else?
But tattlers also.
Man, that's all they do. Now they just talk. And don't mind about telling you. Oh, yeah, girl, I slept with him. I slept with the whole house. Yeah, I can tell you what he like, yeah. What else?
And not only idle, but tattlers also.
But tattlers also, read.
And busybodies.
And what?
And busybodies.
They just can't sit down. They want to be seen. Right? I see that right now, man. Especially me working in these clubs. I see women that just want to be around the dudes all the time. Just busybodies. They want to be seen with this clique of dudes. They want to be seen with this clique of dudes. They want to be in this picture. Move out the way. Let me get in the picture. Hold on. Don't snap it yet. Don't snap the picture. I ain't in it. Yeah. Busybodies. Read on.
Busybodies, speaking things which they ought not.
And that's what our young women are doing right now. They speaking things what they ought not. Right? They speaking about house to house. instead of speaking about being that next wife, being that next Sarah, being that next Sarah, right? That's a heavy precept, man. Make sure y'all put a star by there. Go ahead.
Also, you got to think too. Turn that thing down some. Probably what it is too. You also got to think too. Just like Beyonce say, all you single ladies, right? But is she single?
No.
She's not single. Jeezy talk about the traps. Hey, talk about selling drugs in the trap, but he said he dare his children to grow up like that.
Right.
So you got to think, all these people that promoting the thing, their lifestyle is never like that. They never like that. Future talk about how much drugs it takes, and he said he don't even do drugs. Right. So this is the promotion that our people putting out for our people. Right. You got it out. I know the more. There you go. That's better. It's a whole lot better. Go ahead out.
Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 6. Chapter 26, Salakia, verse 1. Turn this one up now. Just turn it up down here. I think that's good. Okay, come.
Yeah, it might be an experience like that. Yeah, maybe.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Turn it up down there at the bottom. Yeah. Testing 1 2. Yeah, that's good. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Yeah. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 26, and start at verse 1. These are precepts, Bible verses that sisters need to know.
Okay.
Read this out.
The book of Sirach, chapter 26, in verse number 1.
Bring it out.
Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife.
So a virtuous wife is a wonder to a man. Read on, right?
For the number of his days shall be double.
Shall be what?
Shall be double.
Man, because she's what? She's doing the things that he needs. She's playing her role to the T. Read on up.
Come. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband.
And guess what? If you are a righteous sister, you're going to rejoice at your husband. Think about the work that he do, what he helps provide you with. Think about these things, man. Husbands are needed for protection, because I ain't gonna even lie. Even like, who gonna get up when the knock come bump, that bump in the night? Husband is the first one up, literally ready to put his life on the line for his wife.
Come. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace.
In what?
In peace.
I'm glad that I emphasized that, man. Read on up.
A good wife is a good portion.
Read that again,
A good wife is a good portion.
because it's not just enough to be a wife. You want to be a what? A good wife. You want to be a good wife, man. Because not only do you want to make your husband proud, but first and foremost, you want to make who? The Most High God prayer. How you think he looked at a sister that's dealing with a wife according to how he's commanded her to be? Read on up.
Come. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord.
Hey, that's key for you brothers. You want a good wife, guess what? You have to be a good portion of a good brother. Read on up.
Come. Whether a man be rich or poor.
Read that again, up.
Whether a man be rich or poor.
Because we know, like we say, rich and poor, hey, you got to make enough to be able to take care of you and your family. That's the point. Now, you got the narrative out here that you have to be such amount of money, and sister, you ain't that. Brother, you ain't that either. 6 figure, come on, man. 1% of all the men, come on, man. You have to make enough to take care of you and your household. That's another thing that must be proven. Read on up.
Come. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart towards the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance.
Read on up.
There be 3 things that mine heart feareth. For the 4th I was sore afraid. The slander of a city, the gathering together of an unruly multitude, and a false accusation. All these are worse than death.
Read verse 6.
But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue, which communicateth with all.
And these are particular type of emotions that wives have to learn to check too. Why? Because your husband, as he grow up in the ranks, have to deal with, guess what, sisters? Have to deal with brothers. You may want his time all to yourself, but his time is dedicated to who first? The Most High. Sisters have to understand that. Jump down to verse 13 again.
Verse 13. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband. In her discretion will fat his bones.
Verse 14.
A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord.
A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. You had a sister. I already know what we always bring. Nigga don't want me to say nothing. Did the scripture just say that? No, it didn't. That means knowing when to say something and when not to say something. That's all that it's saying. Read on up.
Come, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
Hey, it's nothing much more worth than a sister that can listen and obey what her husband is asking. Nothing. That doesn't make you a slave. That doesn't make you, guess what, Harriet Tubman or Kennedy. I mean, what's the other one? Color Purple. Silly. That don't make you that. No, it doesn't. Go ahead, Op.
Just like I was touching on saying that when he's saying a silent and loving woman, like he was touching on, when he said a mind well instructed, because she know when to say something, when not to say something. The perfect example of when to say something and not to say something is Abigail.
Right. That's right. In the
She
bomb.
stepped in, but she was in the spirit when she did it.
That's right.
Right? So that's what sisters got to be. Have that spirit as being like the spirit of Abigail, being in the spirit. Have that spirit of Abigail like being in the spirit. That type of sister, guess what? She didn't have to go to her husband about it because she was in the right frame of mind. He was out of the spirit. But if he was in the right spirit when he seen that she was in the right spirit, that should have immediately popped him back in the right spirit. But it didn't. So since it didn't pop him back in the right spirit, guess what the Lord did? He dealt with him. So knowing your role in this truth was this I was touching on. Even if he's not in the right spirit, but you in the right spirit, but I'm gonna explain something to you. Some of y'all sisters sometimes be thinking that y'all in the right spirit and you ain't. Sometimes y'all do. Oh no, he out the spirit. No, he doing this. No, sis, that's you. That's why you got to put checks and balances on yourself, because that person you look in the mirror, I don't care who you. Guess what? When the Lord said He sees your nakedness, He'll see your sin. You see your own sin too. Just like you stand in the mirror and see you the person that see yourself naked in the mirror. Guess what? You know what you're dealing with. Right or wrong, you do know what the things you're dealing with. That's why, like I was touching on in Sirach chapter 26 and verse 14, right? That's why silent and loving. A woman respect lies in the way she carry herself. If she carry herself a certain way, then the brother's gonna respect her a certain way. But if she carry herself a loud, outrageous woman, guess what? The brother gonna expect her to be a loud, outrageous woman too. The way ever she carry herself, that's what people gonna perceive. The same way with the men. Go ahead.
Read on down.
Con. Verse 15. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace.
Is a what up?
Is a double grace.
That's a double grace, man. Read on up.
And her content mind cannot be valued.
A shamefaced, meaning what? Not seeking out attention, because we know there's one thing that sisters pride on is attention. Whether it's good or bad in these times. No. Most High God said don't move like that as a woman of the Most High. Read on up.
Con. Verse 16.
Read verse 15 again.
Verse 15 from the top. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace. In her content mind cannot be valued.
That continent mind is going into a mind that has restraint on your desires. Because sisters, what? Are emotional. Yes, we have emotions. Don't put emotions over what the Most High God had ordained. Don't put your emotions over reality. Don't do that. Read on up.
Verse 16. As the sun, when it riseth in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house.
How many y'all think y'all wife is the perfect wife? You are a virgin in your own mind. That's right. Right? Look at Proverbs chapter 30. Start at verse 10.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
The Bible says, who can find a virtuous woman? Read.
For her price is far above rubies.
Her value. She real how. It means no, not high maintenance. That don't mean that she's high maintenance. Didn't go into that. I said high maintenance. God dang it. No, that means that she's a high stock. That means guess what? She's gonna be whatever her husband needs her to be. She's all the way for him, right? But watch this. Read on though. It's gonna explain it.
Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
This is the point, sisters. Read.
The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her.
This is the reason why I asked this question. Who think they're a virtuous woman in here? And I asked the husband, do you think your wife is a virtuous woman? The reason for that, before a woman to become a virtuous woman, her husband must first safely trust in all her decisions before she become a virtuous woman. Brothers, get that. Sisters, do y'all get that? If your husband don't safely trust in all your decisions, you are not a virtuous woman. Sisters, understand that. Now I'm asking that question again. Do sisters think they virtuous women? That's what I'm saying. According to the scriptures, you got to go with what the scriptures say. This ain't the point of no bashing a person or bringing you low, but if we want to have understanding on how we are for ourselves, because we always seem to look at ourselves to be more more than what we really are. And I'm talking about every person do that. It ain't just a one person thing or two people or no, all of us. That's why, guess what? Every time we read the Bible, what do you think the Bible do for all of us? It humbles us down. Right? And when the Bible humbles us down, now we can get a better understanding. Now we know what it's giving us basically a destination that we need to go to mark. It's basically like setting a mark that we need to get to. So once we set our mark once the Bible set the mark that we need to get to, now when we make it to that mark, we know we there. That's why when Christ was being daily the Lord's delight, he always hit the mark. He always knew where the mark was at, and he went towards that mark because the Lord commanded things for Christ just like he commanded things for us. But let's finish reading it out, verse 11.
The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her.
So this is the same thing that Akka was touching in that Sirach chapter 26, right? This goes into this. Right? It said her husband would safely trust in her, read.
So that he shall have no need of spoil.
He won't want for nothing. What it say? Color purple? Hey. He run out the door, he come back in. He run out the door, come back in. He run out the door, come back in. She had everything he needed. He was just bitter his own self, but she literally did and provided everything that he needed. That showed us, man, that woman had a double grace on her but he was a fool. He was Abigail type of husband. Nabal. He was a Nabal dude, man. Right? That's a story. That's a good story of Nabal and Abigail, right? So, but her husband was safely trust in him, right? And he shall have no need of spoil. Verse 12.
Verse 12. She will do him good
She would do him good, read.
and not evil
Uh-huh.
all the days of her life.
So before you get to the point of being a virtuous woman, you know you got to be able to, your heart has to be after your husband. And if your heart is after your husband, then the virtue begins. Right? Jump down to verse 29.
Verse 29.
Uh-huh.
Many daughters have done virtuously.
So guess what? It's many attributes of virtuous ways that a woman will have. Don't think that it's not. Because guess what? You can cover 90% of this, and that's that 1% of your husband not, that 1% of your husband not safely trusted in you takes away from your virtue. You don't want that if that's what you're striving to be. Right? Read on.
Con. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all.
So when you excel as them all, meaning what? You are the true virtuous woman. It means you are truly be doing the virtuous way of the Lord. Thus said Yahweh the power. Brothers and sisters, get that. Go ahead.
Let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 16 for the bruise. Because we do have that spirit of fornication, that spirit of lust. And we say want to deal with sisters and not deal properly with them, man. You know, hey, the Most High God, hey, we're not ought to be like that, man. It's our job to be examples to the younger brothers and to the other nations, man. Read this out.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22, and verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed,
Meaning she's not promised to anybody, she's free. Read on.
and lie with her,
And they have relations. Read on.
he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
The Bible is commanding us as men. If you lay down with a sister, you are commanded to do what? Take her to be your wife. And I ain't gonna lie, I love Exodus chapter 22, verse 16, because it's giving you what? Grace. Right. Meaning if you don't do it the right way, because the proper way would be to what? Prove a person, have her father present her to you, y'all get married, y'all consummate the wedding. Now y'all married. That's right. Most High God is giving us grace in this. Meaning if you go about it the wrong way, you still have to do what you have to do what? Correctify the problem, like Captain Yara say. Right. You have to do your way to go and make amends with that. And this is what Exodus chapter 22, verse 16 is doing. If you're dealing with a sister out of order, do your best to do what? Correct that situation, man, and make it right, according to thus saith the Lord. Read it again.
Con. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
And that's surely, meaning you must do that, man. No ifs and buts about it, because it what? It stops whoremongering and fornication within our nation of people, man. We got to stop that, man. That's a heavy, heavy spirit within Israel. If brothers and sisters didn't know, that thing is heavy in Israel, man. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 23 and verse 17.
Con. Sirach 23 and 17.
Yeah, read that out.
Con. The book of Sirach, chapter 23 and verse 17. All bread is sweet to a whoremonger.
All bread is sweet to a whoremonger. Read on out.
He will not leave off till he die.
Meaning he don't care. He like them tall, short, probably club foot. It don't matter. He taking them all. That's right. He don't discriminate. Read on out.
Con. Verse 18. A man that breaketh wedlock,
Going into adulterers. Read on out.
saying thus in his heart, who seeth me?
Read on.
I am compassed about with dark.
They thinking just because they had a late 3 a.m. booty call that nobody is seeing them. But the Most High God see all those things, man. And he's saying, not only is he seeing those things, he knows the thoughts and intentions of our hearts.
That's right.
Read on up.
The walls cover me,
He thinking that since the walls is covering, nobody is seeing. Read on up.
and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear?
Read on.
The Most High will not remember my sins.
And he's thinking that the Most High God is going to forget about his whoremongering spirit. The Most High God is not forgetting, brothers, man.
That's right.
He's not forgetting, man. Judgment is coming more and more every day. You don't want to be that brother caught up in that judgment over something that can be corrected according to the scriptures. Read on up.
Con, such a man only feareth the eyes of men.
Read that again, Op.
Such a man only feareth the eyes of men.
Such man only feels, guess what? Letting the husband find him. Or they boo thing find him. Those are the only eyes that they fear. They don't even fear the eyes of the Most High, man. Which has the power to kill both body and soul.
That's right.
Read on up.
Con, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men.
Beholding all the ways of men. Let's go to the book of Leviticus chapter 18. Oh, yeah. Start at verse number 4.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 4.
Start at verse 3, Salakia.
Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 3.
Uh-huh.
After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do.
And this is what the Most High God is commanding us to this day. After the land of Egypt, which we know today America is what? Spiritual Egypt. We shouldn't be doing these things, man. Read on up.
Con, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan,
Uh-huh.
whither I bring you, shall ye not do.
Read on up.
Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances.
Neither shall you walk in their ordinances. Read on up.
Ye shall do my judgments and keep mine ordinance to walk therein. I am the Lord your God.
He is the Lord our God. Read on up.
Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord.
So when we read on down, it's just going into what? Different sexual sins that I know us as brothers we deal with on a day-to-day basis. Having those thoughts, even like how the Most High God said, even you thinking about those things is like you doing what? Committing those things, man. That's what brothers have to have discipline over their thoughts, and you have to be guided by the scriptures on what they say, not veering off to the left or to the right. Give me Titus chapter 2, verse 2. Titus chapter 2 and verse 2.
Con. The book of Titus, chapter 2 and verse 2. That the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, and charity, and patience.
Read it again from the top.
Titus, chapter 2 and verse 2.
Start at verse 1. Salakia.
Titus, chapter 2 and verse 1. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine.
We have to speak these things, man. We can't be hypocrites to where we speaking it, but we not doing it, man. We can't, man. We out there teaching brothers that they can't be whoremongers. We have to marry our wives. Guess what? Brothers got to be walking it like how we talking, man.
Right.
Bruise got to be in the spirit, man, because that's how we let our light shine to the other nations. They seeing, guess what, us being in this truth. And we know they see it. We already know they see it to an extent. They not going to acknowledge it, but they see it. We know that they acknowledge it in negative ways. That's how we know we making an impact out there, teaching our people that, guess what, we need to be good husbands. Guess what, we need to be, guess what, good fathers. And guess what, good soldiers of the Lord. Read on, huh?
Con, verse 3. So like verse 2.
Uh-huh.
That the aged men be sober.
It says that the aged man, meaning what? A man that is grown up spiritually, man. Be sober. Meaning what? You're not tossed to and fro with, guess what, doctrines. Understanding your decisions has what? Consequences.
Right.
The decisions that you made, and you have to make good on them things, man. Read on up.
Con, that the aged men be sober, grave,
Uh-huh.
temperate.
Temperate going into what? Self-restraint. Ain't taking in them emotions, man, and just literally doing what the scriptures say. Man, I hate her, man. Hey, what the scriptures say, man? What do the scriptures say? And the thing is, if you had followed those scriptures, Bruce wouldn't be in this predicament. Thanks, Op. Hey, that's why we stress these things, and that's why we show brothers, hey, you got this situation to look at. You got damn near every situation to look at amongst the congregation. Right. You've seen when brothers proving a friend, brothers and sisters are moved to the second stage, and you seen when brothers didn't properly prove a friend, and Bruce still messing that thing up. Man. That thing heavy, man. Thing is heavy, man. Now you stuck with somebody that you really don't like. But whose fault is it?
Yours.
Why do y'all think it started out? Why do y'all think it started out with being sober? When we read, why do you think it started out being sober? Why do you think it said sober first? Clear mind. What you got? Because a lot of times when a person is not is say for instance you full of that oil, right? You got your little drink, right? You not in full capacity of your mind then, because that drink got some of your mind, right? But if you had a sober mind, then guess what? A lot of your understanding, guess what? You can be able to think clear. Watch this. Go to Philippians chapter 3. And go to verse 15. Yeah, verse 15.
The book of Philippians, chapter 3 and verse 15. Let us therefore, as many as be perfect,
read.
Be thus minded.
Read.
And if anything, if in anything ye be otherwise minded, God shall reveal even this unto you.
Right. So guess what? This is why a sober minded person can so you can be able to think. Right? And this is what you want in trying somebody. You want things to be revealed to you that if this might not work out. You want these things to be revealed to you. You don't want to be cloudy head that you can't see that and you missed everything that's going on around you. That's why brothers got to be sober minded when you doing those things, because guess what? Like I said, when you hear when you hear something rattling going on in the house and you get up, you're not even gonna think. You thinking about protection. She just thinking about dang, there's a noise in there, but you putting your life on the line. Right? You ain't gonna be thinking about, oh man, I hope baby's safe in the bed. No, you gonna be trying to eliminate the situation, right? You be trying to correctify that thing, like Captain Yari say. That's why being sober-minded, having a clear mind, you want to have a clear mind to think about those things, man. Brothers got to be able to be in the right spirit to catch those things. And if brothers don't catch it, then guess what you got to do? Like you say, this is the outcome of it, right? Go ahead, up.
Let's go back to that Titus chapter 2, verse 2.
The book of Titus, chapter 2 and verse 2. That the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith.
Sound in faith. Read on out.
In charity, in patience.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, man, that is a spirit that Bruce needs to pray for. Patience. Because you have to be patient when you are dealing with your wife. Think about it, man. That's why proving is so pivotal. You have to be patient, because guess what? She may not catch on just like you in the spirit, because we know, according to what? 1 Peter's what? That they are the what? The weaker vessel. Bruce have to pray for patience, man. And remember, you are as a guide and a leader. Strengthen the things that she's slacking on. Strengthen the things that she weak in, man. Understanding precepts, imposing certain circumstances unto her, and see what scripture would you use to understand that situation? Or what scripture would you use to better understand that matter? To how to deal with that matter, how to deal with sisters, how to deal when you at the job or when you just out and about. That's what our job is as men and as being leaders and as being husbands. It's our job to put them in better predicaments, teaching her on how to deal with her emotions rather than putting emotions over what the scriptures say or over logic or over what you say. That's what our job is as a nation. This is what the Most High God is trying to instill in us, that discipline that we need. I'm talking about gravely as a nation of people, man. What's that one in First Ezra? Running out of their wits for women. You got something up? Who got it? Where my preceptors at? Say it again, Ezekiel 4 and 26. Read that right quick, Ak.
The book of First Ezra, chapter 4 and verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women.
Read on, Ak.
And become servants for their sake.
Don't run out of your wits for women, brothers. And don't be a servant for their sakes, man. Because you have that notion out here. What is that notion? That term, happy wife, happy what? Life. Where is that in the scriptures? That's not in there. So don't fall for that. She batting the pretty eyes at you, the Bambi eyes. I don't know why I would say Bambi. Bambi was a boy, wasn't he? Them deer damn eyes. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for her sakes, servant's sakes. Read verse 26 again.
First Ezra chapter 4 and verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sake.
Read on.
Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women.
Hey, Bruce, y'all have to stay in the spirit, man. Especially you young brothers, like you say, coming up. Hey, the Bible, the Most High God is telling us the proper way to do it. We understand if you can't abstain from that, then guess what? You get you a wife, not solely for that reason, but you, like you say, it's better to marry than to what? Than burn. But you take the proper precautions to guess what? To make sure that your marriage have a smooth transition and that you have a good marriage, man. Do brothers understand that, Con?
Because if you don't, guess what? You have to deal with whatever comes with it.
You do, man.
Just what it is. What it is.
All type of spirits that come with it, man. Yes, I'm out.
Let me get a real quick precept. Let's go to Proverbs 31 and 3. This is another precept y'all can put with the second edges. I mean, first edges 4 and 26.
Okay.
Proverbs 31 and 3.
Con. The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 3. Give not thy strength unto women.
Give not thy strength unto women. Don't bow down to the fact that where now you are a woman pleaser. Now you, like I said, happy wife, happy life. Yeah, I got to make sure my wife is straight. We need to make sure the Most High God is in order, right? That's first and foremost, right? Give not thy strength over to women. Read.
Con. Nor thy ways to that which destroyed kings.
Because like the scripture said in Esdras, many men have went out of their wits for women and it destroyed them. Do not do that, brothers. Right? Don't fall out the woman to where you can't even, hey, you be like, come on, man. I know you got a partner. I had partners like that, man. Like, bro, stand up, bro. Be a man, bro. Bro, are you going or not? Bro, we leave. Are you going or not, bro? Y'all just go ahead and go, man. I mean, come on, man. Many men have done that, man. Don't give your strength over to women. If we're not saying, yeah, we're not telling you to rule your house like a lion. No, but we are the men, man. Like I said earlier, right? Be ready to pick whatever y'all gonna eat for the whole week. Yeah, it's fine to ask your wife what she want to eat, but just know you got in your mind what you eating because they don't understand. They ain't gonna be able to be that leader. That's the point of being a leader. Knowing what you want to eat every night. Even though you ask, hey, babe, what you want to eat? You know she gonna say, I don't know, whatever you want to eat, so you just go on and go to the destination. That's the part of being a man. Just go on and go to the destination. Yeah, we're going here tonight. What you want to eat tonight? And but always give them that option. Babe, what you want to eat tonight? Yeah. Oh, okay. It don't matter what. Yeah. You gone. You already know. We pulling up an Outback. Yeah, we at Outback tonight. Yeah. That's the part of being a leader, right? Don't give it over to where, well, baby, I was wanting to eat Subway, but if you wanted something else, I mean, not saying that that's a problem, but come on, man, don't be soft like that, man. Because our natural goal is to be a leader. A woman naturally will gravitate to a man that's a leader, right? And as much as they say, well, you didn't give me the option, whatever, they want you to lead. Well, why are you asking me? Well, I thought that was the right thing to do, but drive through. Let's go, right? Don't give your strength over to women, man. Be the leader that the Most High God made us to be. Be that leader. I'm not saying rule your house like a lion. You know, Captain Yard. Well, Captain Yard said, raw. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Don't call me at 3 a.m. and say, well, Captain Yard, you got a couch. I do. But it's for me and mine. Knock on the door. I got bags with you. Where you going? Where you going, brother? Oh, she kicked me. Hey. I mean, you said. Go ahead.
Let's go to the book of Tobit, chapter 7 and verse 13, going into the order. This is the order of marriage. This is the order. Brothers and sisters, write your keywords. Biblical order of marriage, or just order of marriage. Read this, Op.
The book of Tobit, chapter 7 and verse 13. Then he called his daughter Sarah, and she came to her father, and he took her by the hand and gave her to be wife to Tobias.
So we know during the ancient times, our forefathers, our fathers, the parents chose. We had arranged marriages. The parent of each family would pick a son that they would want their that they would want their son or their daughter to marry. Read on up.
Con, saying, behold, take her after the law of Moses, and lead her away to thy father. And he blessed them.
So he gave his son to the man's daughter. Read on up.
And called Edna his wife, and took paper, and did write an instrument of covenant, and sealed it.
So they got what we would know today as the instruments of covenant, which is a what? Marriage license, marriage certificate. Read on up.
Con. Then they began to eat.
So now they're going into what? The wedding celebration. Read on up.
Con.
So we know this is what? Them already knowing they're getting married. This is after the fact. You have to fill in the blanks, brothers and sisters. That's why he said after what? The law of Moses. Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 16. Exodus chapter 22, verse 16. Read on up.
Con. After Raguel called his wife Edna and said unto her, sister, prepare another chamber.
So now they having the wedding ceremony. They're preparing what? The wedding chambers. This is the order. A father will give his son to a daughter. A father will give his daughter to a son. They are getting married. They're preparing the wedding feast. Then in the wedding chambers, they do what? They consummate the marriage. Meaning what? Complete the marriage. You don't have sex before you get married. I remember Gabar with that damn Gabar here. What, Cap, you got to prove that thing, don't you? Nigga, no, nigga.
Hell no.
That damn Gabar, man. You got to prove that thing. And I know Ak was joking to an extent. I'm going to call him too. No, Ak. No, that's not the proper order. But Exodus chapter 22 is when brews do it out of order. But the proper order is according to Tobit chapter 7, verse 13 through. Do brothers and sisters understand that? Who don't understand it? What'd you say, Ak? Read on, Ak.
God.
Yes, am I go ahead? What's it?
God. God.
Real quick, because I'm gonna be truthful and very honest. You know, living life. You found out. Guess what? You ain't gotta try it out, because if it's true love, and I'm gonna tell you, if it's really meant to be, and this there, and she love you unconditionally, and he love her unconditionally, it don't matter what he got. It's gonna be fireworks, right? Because she really loves him, right? It don't matter what she got. It's gonna be fireworks, right? And we come to find this out, man, as being older in life now, be giving y'all understanding. Hey, it don't matter, man. You ain't got to try it out. Because when y'all first mentally love each other and y'all have that connection mentally, the physical part, that's afterwards, right? That's the easy part. It's gonna be fireworks. I'm telling you, no matter what. Just let y'all know.
Read on up.
Verse 16. After Raguel called his wife Edna and said unto her, Sister, prepare another chamber and bring her in thither. Which when she had done as he had bidden her, she brought her thither, and she wept, and she received the tears of her daughter, and said unto her, Be of good comfort, my daughter. The Lord of heaven and earth give thee joy for this thy sorrow. Be of good comfort, my daughter.
So that you have the mother comforting the daughter because she's going in to consummate the marriage. Read on up.
Chapter 8 and verse 1. And when they had supped, they brought Tobias in unto her.
Read on.
And as he went, he remembered the words of Raphael and took the ashes of the perfumes.
Because as you read earlier in the chapter, this sister had certain demons on her. Right. And the Archangel Raphael told her what to do to get these particular demons off of her, showing that these things are ordained of the Most High. And we have to understand the people that you are with, the Most High God ordained these things, man. Let no man put asunder, man. Yeah, I know, Brother Bilal. I know. Scriptures, man. Read on.
And put the heart and the liver of the fish thereupon, and made a smoke therewith.
Read on.
The which smell, when the evil spirit had smelled, had he fled into the outer parts of Egypt, and the angel bound him. And after that, they were both shut in together. Tobias rose out of the bed and said, Sister, arise, let us pray, that Yahweh would have pity on us.
Read on up.
Then began Tobias to say, Blessed art thou, O God of our fathers, and blessed is thy holy and glorious name forever. Let the heavens bless thee, and all thy creatures. Thou madest Adam, and gavest him Eve, his wife, for an helper.
For a what?
For an helper.
Read on.
And stay.
And stay. Read on up.
Of them came mankind. Thou hast said, It is not good that man should be alone. Let us make unto him an aid like unto himself.
Read on up.
And now, O Lord, I take not this my sister for lust.
For what?
For lust.
And this is something that brothers have to pay attention to, because guess what? Sooner or later, the sex runs out. What else is there? What else can you bring to the table? Sis, what else can you bring to the table? Read on up. Go ahead, Doc. Salaki.
If brothers and sisters paying attention, man, Tobias is bringing it heavy, man. Especially going into the prayer with the Lord. Like, he already know the background, man. She had this, like, the spirit of Asmodeus on her. Then she killed her 7 husbands before they laid with her. So he's about to get ready to lay with her too. And he already know the spirit of Asmodeus around, but he did everything that the Lord told him to do up until that point. Now he's giving his supplication to the Lord. Right? And now that he's giving a supplication to the Lord, man, if y'all don't see how heavy this thing is, what Tobias is saying, man, Tobias is laying it out heavy. He's also going to the point like, look, I know I'm finna lay with this sister, and this is not for lust. Right? And that's what the marriages is going into. You don't go into the marriage because of how they look. It ain't gonna be for lust. Guess what? If you do, you gonna fall every time. It's like I say, it ain't gonna last. Right? You be on the phone, and next thing you know, you hear this. Hey, bro, we gotta have counsel. Right? Right? Hey, brothers be thinking they tough, then you be on the background, get this beat off me. Right? No. Right? This is a real, I'm talking about for real, get this beat off me. That's right. And she weighing your head out, right? So this is I'm talking about weighing your head out, right? But this is the point of being marriages. Okay, let's get past the lust part. Let's go to the loving part, right? Let's go into keeping God's commandment part. Let's go into doing anything in the order part, so this thing can be able to work out right for the Lord, man. Go ahead.
Come.
Finish that out.
Verse 7, and now, O Lord, I take not this, my sister, for lust, but uprightly. Therefore, mercifully ordain that we may become aged together.
And that's what brothers and sisters need to be praying for, that you become aged together with your wife. Give me this last precept. Give me the book of Revelation, chapter 19. Got some? Go ahead.
Say something real quick. Read that one more time, man.
Come. And now, O Lord, I take not this, my sister, for
My
lust.
who?
My sister.
He said, I take what? See, he calls her my sister first. Why? Because that's of your nation.
That's right.
We have laws on how we should what? Stipulations on how we treat each other, right? So you wouldn't want to take a woman just for lust, knowing that you don't want to be with her. He's saying, I take my sister not for lust, because I am ordained to treat her a certain way, right? She's ordained to treat me a certain way. I would not go into her like this if I don't really love her. I would not do this. That's heavy, man. Read that one more time.
Come. And now, O Lord, I take not this, my sister, for lust, but uprightly.
But uprightly, that means what? The right way. Lawfully. Right? Read.
Therefore, mercifully ordain that we may become aged together.
And he said, yeah, she's not going to be my sister after this. Yeah, we're going to be aged together.
That's right.
We're going to grow to die together, right? But that's the heavy part that it shows you I take not my sister, because we have laws on how we treat each other, man. And you got to have that understanding in your mindset before you even take on that role, man. Because you don't want to play that role to where you whoring out a sister, man. You physically or purposely tried to whore out a sister, knowing that you didn't want to be with her, but you laid down with her, right? We can't play that, man. The Lord is very strategic in his words, man. Everybody understand that.
Go to this last precept. Let's go to Revelation chapter 19, verse 7. Because like we say, we want brothers to see the carnal aspects, the physical aspects, and more importantly, the spiritual side. Remember, the Most High God on the spiritual level dealt with us this same way. He picked us as a wife. He proved us as a wife. Making sure that, guess what, we was lining up with him. And then he's doing what? Preparing us for the marriage. Read this out.
The book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 7. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come.
Is what up?
Is come.
Read on up.
And his wife hath made herself ready.
And we, as the wife being the nation of Israel, we have to make ourselves ready. By being chaste, by being what? Clean garments, white as snow. Meaning being righteous according to the Most High and being submitting unto the Most High. Read on up.
Con, and to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. For the fine linen is the righteousness of saints.
And it's going into what? Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 8. Showing that we put on righteousness. Read on up.
And he said unto me, right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb.
On the corner low, it's a blessing to be married, man. It's a blessing, man. You know, you and your wife as on the same mind, on one accord, as a team working together for a bigger purpose in our nation. Say that thing is heavy, man. If brothers and sisters do what? Go through the proper channels. Go through the proper procedures like the Most High God has counseled us on. Read on up.
Con. And he said unto me, these are the true sayings of Yahweh.
Read on up.
And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship Yahweh. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy.
And with that, we say shalom. We always tell brothers and sisters to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Let's go back to Leviticus chapter 18, verse 1 and 2. Make sure, bruised brothers and sisters, give to the GoFundMe. Help us push this truth to the four corners of the earth. Brothers and sisters trying to celebrate the Feast of Dedication with us. Make sure that you reach out to leadership so we can get you the itinerary. Also, I know we'll discuss with brothers and sisters. There's been a change because I know we forgot about the new moons. Instead of Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday, it'll be Sunday, Thursday, which is a new moon, and Saturday. Do brothers and sisters understand that? Only change is Wednesday to Thursday because it's a new moon. Read this right quick, out.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 18, and verse number 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do?
Shall we what?
Shall ye not do?
So we know that they was doing these things, but how do we know? By default, the Most High God has given us laws against those things.
That's right.
So guess what? It's the same way in this captivity, man. The Most High God wants us to do what? Be properly married according to the Bible. Why? So you can have a great marriage and move forward, man. This is the point in that, man. When brothers and sisters go through the proper channels, guess what? Brothers and sisters have a great, great marriage according to the Bible, man. Read on up.
Con, whether I, Salaki, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, whether I bring you, shall ye not do? Neither shall you walk in their ordinances.
Neither shall we walk in their ordinances. And with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Any brothers and sisters